The ballroom at the Ritz-Carlton fell silent as my sister Amanda ripped open my carefully wrapped gift. 500 guests watched, champagne glasses frozen midway to their lips, as she held up the handbound leather book I'd spent 6 months creating. What is this supposed to be? Amanda's perfectly painted lips curled in disgust. A journal? Did you seriously give me a homemade notebook at my wedding? I stood quietly in my simple blue dress, the only one I could afford on a librarian's salary, while my sister sat surrounded by luxury gifts. Sports cars from her college friends, a yacht from her new in-laws, and a private island from her soon-to-be husband, Michael. Rachel, my mother sighed from her seat at the head table. We talked about this. Your sister deserves better than your crafts. What they didn't know was that the handmade book wasn't just any gift. It was part of Dad's test, one that would determine the future of Montgomery Industries, our family's multi-billion-dollar technology empire. At least tell me you wrote me a big check to go with it. Amanda laughed, flipping through the empty pages. Oh wait, you can't afford that on your pathetic library salary, can you? 6 months ago, Dad had called both of us to his office. I'm stepping down as CEO, he'd announced. But before I choose my successor, I want to see how you handle a special project. He'd given us each $10,000 seed money. Amanda had immediately invested hers in cryptocurrency, bragging about becoming a tech visionary like our father. I used mine to set up a small bookbinding workshop in my garage, learning the craft from YouTube videos and online courses. The true measure of success, Dad had said cryptically, isn't in how much money you make, but in how you create value. Now, watching Amanda mock my gift in front of Singapore's elite business community, I touched the small key hanging around my neck, the other part of Dad's test that only I had received. Well, Amanda declared, dropping my gift onto the pile of designer purses she'd received. At least now everyone knows which Montgomery sister got the business sense and which one got whatever this is. That's when the ballroom doors swung open. Dad walked in, looking grave, followed by the entire board of directors of Montgomery Industries. Actually, he said, his voice carrying across the suddenly silent room, I believe it's time we discussed exactly which daughter got what. Amanda's new husband, Michael, suddenly looked nervous. He'd married her expecting to become part of the Montgomery Empire's leadership. Now, something in Dad's tone made him loosen his designer tie. Daddy, Amanda said sweetly, can't this wait? We're in the middle of showing everyone your true colors? Dad interrupted. Yes, I believe we are. He nodded to his assistant, who began distributing folders to every guest. Amanda's face went from confident to concerned as she opened hers. The book your sister made, Dad continued, isn't just a journal. Rachel, would you like to show them what that key around your neck opens? As I stepped forward to unlock my sister's wedding gift, I knew everything was about to change. Because inside that handmade book lay the truth about Montgomery Industries' future, and my sister's carefully constructed world was about to shatter. My hands didn't shake as I approached my discarded gift. A lifetime of being the disappointing daughter had prepared me for this moment. I inserted the key into the hidden lock I crafted into the leather spine, and the book's real purpose was revealed. The pages weren't empty at all. Each one contained detailed analysis of Montgomery Industries' operations, patterns I'd observed while volunteering in different departments over the past 6 months, spending time with everyone from janitors to executives. What you're all looking at, Dad announced to the stunned wedding guests, is the most comprehensive internal audit Montgomery Industries has ever received, written by hand so it couldn't be hacked or leaked. Amanda snatched the book from my hands, her white designer gown rustling. Her face grew increasingly pale as she flipped through the pages. This is impossible, she stuttered. Rachel works at a library. She doesn't know anything about business. Doesn't she? Dad raised an eyebrow. While you were posting about cryptocurrency investments on social media, your sister was working 3 jobs. Librarian by day, bookbinder by evening, an unpaid intern in every department of our company during her lunch breaks and weekends. The board members were nodding as they reviewed their copies of my findings. I documented everything: inefficiencies in manufacturing, untapped potential in research and development, and most importantly, a pattern of suspicious transactions that all led back to one source. Turn to page 394, Dad instructed the room. Amanda's new husband, Michael, suddenly stood up. This is ridiculous. It's our wedding day. Is it? Dad's voice turned sharp. Or is it your attempt to gain control of Montgomery Industries before the truth came out? My analysis had uncovered something nobody expected. Michael's company had been systematically buying up Montgomery Industries shares through shell corporations. The same shell corporations that Amanda had been unknowingly investing her crypto profits into. Amanda, Dad said quietly, did you really think we wouldn't notice you were helping your fiancé orchestrate a hostile takeover? Amanda looked between Dad and Michael, her perfect facade cracking. Michael said it was the only way, that you'd never choose me as CEO because I'm not like Rachel. Dad finished. You're right. Your sister spent 6 months learning our business from the ground up, using her library research skills to track money trails and creating something of real value. While he gestured to the luxury gifts surrounding them, while you focused on appearances, on showing everyone how wealthy and successful you were, never realizing that the true test wasn't about money at all. Michael's face had turned ugly. The takeover is already in motion. By Monday morning, I spoke up for the first time. The SEC will have complete documentation of your insider trading scheme. It's amazing what people tell a quiet librarian who brings them coffee and actually listens. The doors burst open again as federal agents entered the ballroom. But as they moved to arrest Michael, Amanda did something unexpected. She laughed. You really think this is over? She sneered. Daddy's little bookworm solved one puzzle and now she gets to run the company. Please, Michael wasn't working alone. She pulled out her phone, pressed a single button, and every light in the building went dark. Amanda, Dad's voice cut through the darkness. What have you done? But my sister's response was drowned out by the sound of helicopters approaching and the hotel's security system being overridden. This wasn't just about a corporate takeover anymore. It was about something much darker. The emergency lights bathed the ballroom in an eerie red glow. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows, we could see 3 black helicopters hovering outside, their searchlights sweeping across the panicked wedding guests. I'm sorry, Daddy. Amanda's voice had lost its socialite polish, becoming something harder and colder. But Montgomery Industries was never going to be enough. Not when Chen Global offered us so much more. Dad's face went white. Chen Global, our biggest competitor and the company that had tried to destroy us a decade ago, leading to Mom's death in what we thought was an accident. Chen Global? He whispered. Amanda, tell me you didn't partner with them. She smiled, reaching for the elaborate diamond necklace she'd been wearing. With a quick twist, it transformed into some kind of electronic device. I did more than that. I gave them everything: security codes, research data, and most importantly, access to Project Phoenix. Project Phoenix, our quantum computing breakthrough that Mom had died protecting. The one that could revolutionize global communications or destroy them completely. While everyone was watching Rachel play librarian, Amanda continued, I was doing real work. Did you really think I married Michael for love? He was just our front man. The real operation was always about getting Project Phoenix to Chen Global. Armed men in tactical gear began rappelling through the ballroom's glass ceiling. Wedding guests screamed and scattered, but found the doors locked. Ms. Montgomery, one of the tactical team leaders, approached Amanda. The transfer is ready. She nodded, then turned to me with fake sympathy. Oh, don't look so shocked, little sister. Did you really think your handmade books and careful observations could compete with years of planning? I've been working with Chen Global since college. They recognized my potential, even if our parents didn't. But something felt wrong about her confession. I'd spent 6 months studying every detail of our company, including old security footage, and there was one detail Amanda didn't know about. You're right, I said carefully, reaching for my simple pearl necklace, Mom's last gift to me. I am shocked, but not for the reason you think. The pearls contained a hidden thumbprint scanner. As I pressed it, every screen in the ballroom lit up with a single image, security footage from the night Mom died, showing Amanda letting Chen Global operatives into our research facility. You see, I continued as Amanda's triumphant smile faltered. While you were focused on Project Phoenix, you never wondered why I chose to make a book, or why I specialized in paper conservation at the library. Dad stepped forward, understanding dawning on his face. The original Project Phoenix plans were never digital. I finished. Mom hid them in a series of old books in the library. Books I've spent the last 6 months restoring, studying, and protecting. The quantum computing project Chen Global is trying to steal. It's not the real one. Amanda's composure cracked completely. You're lying. The files, the servers, are exactly what we wanted Chen Global to find, Dad said quietly. A carefully crafted deception, waiting for the real traitor to reveal themselves. The tactical team leader suddenly removed his helmet, revealing a familiar face. FBI Special Agent Thompson. Amanda Montgomery, you're under arrest for corporate espionage, conspiracy, and the murder of Elena Montgomery. But as agents moved to arrest her, Amanda pulled out a final surprise. A dead man's switch connected to Montgomery Industries' mainframe. If I go down, she snarled, everything goes down. One press of this button, and 10 years of research gets uploaded to every competitor we have. The room froze. But I noticed something no one else had, a slight smile playing at the corners of Dad's mouth. Go ahead, Dad said calmly, shocking everyone in the room. Press it. Amanda's finger hesitated over the switch. You're bluffing. Everything you've worked for will be perfectly safe, I finished. Because while you were focused on stealing digital files, you never wondered why a librarian specializing in paper conservation would spend so much time in our art department. I opened my handmade book to the final page, revealing an intricate circuit board woven into the leather binding itself. You see, Amanda, those 6 months weren't just about observing the company. Every book I made, every department I visited, I was implementing Mom's final failsafe, a quantum encryption system hidden in plain sight. Dad nodded proudly. Your sister didn't just find your mother's old plans, Amanda. She completed them. Those handmade books you mocked, each one contains a piece of the most advanced security system ever created. Impossible. Amanda's hand shook. You're just a librarian. I'm a librarian who inherited Mom's gift for quantum mechanics, I said softly, and her ability to hide things in plain sight. Press the button, Amanda. See what happens. She did. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then every screen in the building displayed the same message. Project Phoenix activated. Chen Global Systems compromised. What? What's happening? Amanda demanded. Your dead man's switch just activated our countermeasure, Dad explained. Right now, every Chen Global server worldwide is being wiped clean. Their entire corporate espionage network exposed, and it's all being traced back to your private accounts. The tactical team, real FBI agents, moved in to arrest Amanda and her conspirators. But she had one final card to play. You'll never prove any of it. My entire team has already confessed, Agent Thompson interrupted. Your husband Michael turned state's evidence an hour ago. Apparently, he didn't appreciate being kept in the dark about Mom's murder. As they led Amanda away in handcuffs, still wearing her wedding dress, she turned to me one last time. How did you do all this? I held up my handmade book. Mom always said the best place to hide something valuable is inside something others think is worthless. You spent your life chasing wealth and power, never realizing that true value isn't in what something costs, but in what it creates. The aftermath made global headlines. Chen Global collapsed as their espionage network was exposed. Amanda and her conspirators faced multiple life sentences. Michael received a lighter sentence in exchange for his cooperation, though the marriage was annulled. Dad officially announced my position as CEO of Montgomery Industries the next day. Our quantum security system, disguised as a collection of handmade books, revolutionized corporate security worldwide. The original leather-bound book sits in my office now, a reminder that appearances can be deceiving. Every morning, I run my fingers over its hand-stitched pages, feeling the quantum circuits hidden within, and remember Mom's words. The greatest power isn't in what you show the world, but in what you keep hidden until the right moment. As for me, I still spend my lunch breaks in the company library, binding books by hand. The employees who once pitied the poor Montgomery sister now bring their children to my bookbinding workshops, where they learn that creativity and technology aren't opposites, they're 2 pages of the same story. And in a high-security prison, Amanda receives a new handmade book from me every year on her wedding anniversary. She'll never know if they contain more quantum circuits or just blank pages. And that uncertainty is perhaps the most fitting punishment of all.